nsonyiwa badde nyina okudropinga abatabani ne bandwisa but I'm here. It's Question Friday, guys. I hope you're doing well. Katugende tugatteko neeno tuyitekewo leero katuyiteemu nnyonyo. I think it makes sense, right? Kubanga neeno nayo kajjaamu kabeerayo kati. I don't know the last time I used this route, but katugende gye tuba tuyita. It's Question Friday, guys. Sorry for coming late. Mbadde nyino dropping aba abani balina activity kwegamba nga biwanvuwa mwawo naye mbimaliriza ninumba waliwo okudda ali ku bbala. Nange Juliet bansonyiwe ogw'obuzadde gubadde gunkutta olwaleero nga gunnemeseza okutuuka mu budde naye ntuuse. Today is Question Friday, and we can ask all the questions and they will be answered. What makes a car expensive to own? Briefly tell low-income earners to find what better suits them. What's that makes a car expensive to own? What's that makes a car expensive to own? Okay, let me come to that, Joshua. Good morning, Muyombia Mark, Jones Info, Travel Live Vlog, Mugalasi Joshua, Mixed Farm, Nsereko Starch, Tusime Eddie Hashim, Wabuyi Nelson, Brigitte Kakai, Wakula Johnson, Nampija Juliet, Louis, Saith Kagaba, Ronald M. Kasendo VIP, Johnson Lubinga. Good morning to everyone here. Wama Arthur, tell us about the dealers of Japan. My case in point, how can we get the Fielder 2010, 2011, 1.5cc? Okay. I've tried to avoid talking about, because that's someone's business. I have tried to avoid talking about cars from Japan. And let me not talk about Japan specifically. Let me first of all say, let me not talk about Japan, guys. That's why I try to not talk about brands, especially if, for example, you ask me a question and my answer may not be positive. Some people appreciate positive comments and they don't appreciate the negative ones, yeah? But they have good cars. They have their cars are very affordable, much more affordable than anywhere else. I think I'll stop on the positive, yeah, because Ugandans don't really appreciate the negatives. So yes, so Johnson, I am quite sure you'll get the fielder cheaper at that place than at any other place. So that's the one thing I know. So I don't know how much it will cost, but just know if the fielder costs in other bonds costs about 36, you could probably get it at 30, 32, somewhere around there. So just know it will be the most affordable. There are other places that sell the same prices, but that's the most popular one. Yeah, good morning, Arthur. What are the best alternatives of Primo 2008 model? You know, before we start talking about alternatives, it would be interesting for me to know alternatives in terms of what, because when we are speaking about cars, there is no one car that is the same as the other, apart from the fact that they are all cars. Yeah, there is no one car that is the same as another. The Primo might have the same parts with the Fielder or the Addion, but these cars are definitely not the same. You see how the newer X and the newer SI are both newers, but the comfort of the newer SI is not the same as the newer X. But there are people that will not care about the comfort. Literally, they might not even know. As a person that has sat in the newer X and the newer SI, I can tell you that the comforts are way different. The newer SI is too comfortable. You get, yes, the newer X is also comfortable, but not as comfortable as the newer SI. You get, so they are two different. So when you want to get alternatives of the Primo 2008, what exactly are you looking for? Because there is a reason why people go ahead and buy it at 45 million shillings, yet they can get other alternatives of cars at like 38, 37. So what exactly are you looking for? Michael, so that's a question back to you. King Daniels, good morning. Wandera Joshua, good morning. Dumba Collins, yeah. So Joshua, I'm coming to that question of what makes a car expensive to own. Noisy Ngoma, Devo King, Joseph Balikudembe, Devo King, Arthur, how is Harrier 2-liter fuel consumption for dropping kids? Very good. Nunji Nyo, I know someone that drives that Harrier, and he says it gives him up to 18 kilometers per liter. So that's marvelous. I know that's for highways, but if it can give you even 15, then for the Harrier, that's like obbi. Ukubanga abana bo batambuza mu kawundo ngate ekwa 15 kilometers, and of course those new cars, most of them give you very good mileage. Make me understand what is copyright. Copyright. Okay. Copy. Well, in terms of copyright, the word copyright has two words in it. It has copy and write. So when someone holds a copyright of something, it means that the only person that is allowed to make copies of that piece of work. For example, I own and not only copy, but to use it anywhere. You get, so if someone holds copyright of a particular thing, before you make a copy, before you use it anywhere, before you use it part of another work, before you do anything with that piece of work, you're supposed to ask for their permission because they hold the copyright. This applies to creative work, yeah, like paintings. It applies to writings, like a book. It applies to music, it applies to film, anything that is literally creative. That's where the copyright applies. Songs that are written words, it applies to beats, you get. So the moment someone has copyright of a particular piece of work, it means you cannot use that piece of work for anything and in anything without the permission of the copyright holder. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So that's copyright, and you have to pay them. So there are books that we perform. Of course, there are books that are in the public domain. When a book goes into the public domain, it means anyone can use it for anything, anyhow, and you cannot do anything. Like Shakespeare's work, all those works are in the public domain. I think 50 years after the author dies, yeah, 50 years after the author dies, his work becomes public property. So the general public can use that person's work the way they can modify it. That's why you find that when you look at Shakespeare's plays, there are so many versions of the same. You find Romeo and Juliet done left, right, and center, and the family cannot do anything about it. So the basic thing the family can do is create a foundation and perform their father or grandfather's plays, and also earn money from it. Collaborate with people that have more power so that they earn more money from it. Yeah, so that's copyright stage. So it means Gwalimu events, you cannot use someone's video to event someone's song before paying them. You need to have a written consent. That's why Abebi Dongo, they pay Uganda Performing Rights Society, UPRS. It collects money on behalf of artists. So discotheques, video libraries, radios, TVs, yeah, basasula UPRS sente okubakkiriza okozesa ennyimba z'Abannayuganda pozi n'abeebweru, I think. But for you to use Chameleon song, for example, you don't pay Chameleon. Even clubs, night clubs, they pay UPRS money. So they have fees that have been put in a schedule. If you're a nightclub owner, you pay a certain amount, let's say 3 million per year. You pay it, you give UPRS that money, and then UPRS at the end you pay money to use all Ugandan artist songs at your nightclub, and then UPRS gives the artists the money. So that's how copyright is trying to be enforced in Uganda. And copyright is very, very strong in places like Germany. Like in Germany, if you downloaded someone's movie, somehow they would know, and you would be fined. You get, and you would be fined. Yeah, so that's, I think I've tried to explain copyright the easiest way possible for all of us to try and understand. So that's what copyright is. Copyright even goes to things like logos. When someone designs your logo, you have to pay for their copyright. They have to give you a document that says that the logo no longer belongs to them, because yaba design is a wawa no wemba nenjagalo chami no bamaleyo. That's why brands like Pepsi pay a lot of money to their logo designers. No sanga Pepsi nga baguze logo $1,10,000 $1,200, $200. Why? Because that includes buying the person's copyright. Abenga yeta sora kujana claiming nti the design is theirs. Kanvire ko no baganda bange likajja munda bakalinga akagaga okuwamba. Umala yasajja abavuga boda balina obusungu kati ampe mulidde ki. Kama akutasanga n'ogula ku mmotoka bannange mumulabye bwanvumye. Kati alinga agamba nze namulemeza ku boda. So guys, it's question Friday. Let's ask all the questions. I'm going to answer the question eya abuziza nti what makes a car expensive to be owned, so that people understand buli omu yepime alabe wawa agwa. So I'm going to be talking about that as well. So guys, it's question Friday. We're asking questions. Copyright nozanjize mbulungi starch. It's easy to understand. Ekintu kyonna ekiri creative omuntu kyalowoozaako nga sigwa kirowoozaako, you're not allowed to use it in anything for anything before you have paid that person and they have given you permission. Fe tulina obutabo bwetuzanya plays, and you have to talk to the author. Internationally the standard is 10% of the money you have made from that thing, because naye aba ya investing. So bwokola emitwalo 3 ng'omwayo emitwalo 3, bwokola miliyoni 3 ng'omwayo emitwalo 3, okitegeera okujjako nga mu negotiating ebirala ne bibeera very clear, but you need to pay creators of work before you use them, so because they hold the copyright. Then ekirala kye mwetaaga mpozi okutegeera mu copyright, recently tulina omuzannyo gwe twakola tugukola tuti one of my people benkola nabo n'agamba, but that's my play, I wrote it and we performed it somewhere for a competition. Naye nga akaseera ako tegukyali gugwe, because someone got copyright of that play before this person. Kitegeeza nti if bw'ona owandiika oluyimba notagenda dufunako copyright, kitegeeza siruko. That's why you find people complaining nga Chameleon yabbye oluyimba lwange. You don't have copyright. Yes, ebigambo oyinza oba obiyina nga biwandika ku kitabo somewhere, but unless you can prove that you have copyright for that song, ate nga ye Chameleon asobola okukwata n'agenda n'aregistaringa copyright y'ebigambo ebyo oba ey'oluyimba olwo, n'osigala nga tolina ky'omugamba. Konsula Kirumira yatuterawo abasirikale amayinja gaago ge nali mbagamba agandabikira obulungi. Ogalabye negaleka galya ssente gano basa okusiba amayinja ekyo ekikomera ekyo okuva wansi paka waggulu ziringa fuuti awo, asibye fuuti nga 15. So guys, it's question Friday. Go ahead and ask your questions. To beat them mpola mpola. Eglo nazanya Richard from Shakespeare's play Richard III. Mzanyo gwawe denga Richard yafudde omwana yanfumisa ekiso. Ama yanfumisa ddala. After there is a bond in Uganda around Banda that allows opening up a car account. You pay 70%, then take it. Guys, let me tell you one thing that I don't believe in. Nzenga Arthur kintu ekimu kyesikiririzaamu ye muntu okuntegeerera nze ku ssente ezange. What do I mean? Now you're depositing money on an account of a company. What if the company closes? Or what if that company goes bankrupt? Mulaba how they declared Jomai bankrupt. Because Jomai is bankrupt, you have nothing on him. Even if you bought a plot and he didn't give you a land title, you have nothing on him. Suing him now would be futile because the guy already said, I'm bankrupt, I don't have money. You get? So what if you keep your money with the company and it goes bankrupt? Or the director who was signatory to those accounts dies, abantu balekawo, because you would not know. Abantu balekawo, they get death certificate, which they process, which those low things, and then they withdraw the money and go. What happens then? Because that's a possibility. That's a worst case scenario, but it's possible to happen. I tell you, to be a Uganda one, I don't even know how you go ahead and trust a company that you don't even know when it opened, you don't even know who owns it. In Uganda here, this is a country where a company will open this month and in 4 months it just closes and goes away, and the government doesn't know what happened. So I would be very careful. I would, since it's saving, I would open an account myself and save money there for my car. That's what I would advise you. And you guys have seen things like Capital Chicken, where people go and they want other people to invest for them. Omuntu nakwata million ya 3 naziwa omuntu omulala yamutegerere wabwaba azissa. You get, sometimes they end up losing the 30 million as well. Tafuna magoba ne million ya 3 nazifiirwa zaataddeyo. So but that's my thinking. That's my thinking, having seen how companies are registered and then closed. And for a foreigner, for a person that is not local, and majority of those guys are not local, by the time a local person steals your money, katingoyo wa Capital Chicken bwe yakola, by the time a local person steals your money, abera connected nyo. You get. So guys, I find that, yes, I know it's challenging to save your own money, but find a way to save that money. Obokola fixed deposit account, do it. It's actually, guys, I can tell you that it's better for you to take money and go via your motoka than to you keeping giving someone your money. Go in as well 70%. So bwezibate is now 70% kuba kuwera motoka. Why don't you just keep your money somewhere else? Oyinza n'okubozi ina ngo tese million zo 10. Oyina jana akuwa chidiru. Sende zo no zidabolinga. Ontegeera kye nkugamba. And I'm not the part that does deals, but I believe that there are people that make a lot of money out of having their cash there. Which together. Okay. Hurry up, 2.2 cc consumption 4. Ogambe 2.2 c. Anti waliwo hurrier zine mpya zino 2013 2015 ezirimu the valvematic engine. Bobogamba 2.2 ne 2.2 nayo CMB, but the school doesn't have to be far because that old engine ya bilibibidi ebenywamuko. That's why those cars are not too popular. Because the reason why they were popular in the past was because they were Harriers. There was no new model. Then the Kawundo came. The reason why even the Kawundo prices are dropping is because Katwalo 2015. Kati abantu bagala gula 2015 tebakyagala gula eno akakubamu akafaananyi ate kati ngula eno ng'ate nsobola okitegeera. So guys, it's Question Friday. I don't know why, but I'm feeling so good, like I want to hold. I'm not gonna put on my t-shirt today. Yes, it's out today. I make her smile, I make her laugh, laugh, laugh. I make her dance, I make her wine, wine, wine. Feel like everything don't come to me, girl. Feel like touching down, dance to me, girl. I'll make you want to, make you want to, make you want to. I'll make you smile. Yes, for the guys that have just come on, I see you guys are 67. Please like the broadcast. This is for the love of cars. Feel at home. Yeah, and of course, to keep this channel running, there are things that we make money from, like the pre-purchase inspection, the sale of trackers and car alarms. Yeah, ebibyo tusinga okukolamu akasente tusobole okubeezawo channel sigalenga etambula, because as you know, the data is also expensive. We use at least 2 GBs of data every broadcast. So that's so for you, every time you support us for pre-purchase inspection, of course a bunch of other things will be coming on, how you can support for the love of cars and activities that we're going to be doing. But for now, you support by recommending people for pre-purchase inspection, which costs only 450k for a full day of inspection. The goal is to do it as fast as possible, but as effectively and efficiently as possible. So it's Question Friday. You can ask questions. We have someone else will answer. When I want to let me concentrate a little bit. I'm going to read all those comments, answer all those questions. So someone was asking, what makes a car expensive to own, so that people understand. Now, when you buy a car, it feels like it will be as simple as you buying a phone, because the moment you buy a phone, as long as you charge it, as long as you don't overcharge it, as long as you don't drop it in water, the phone will be okay, as long as you don't drop it. So anything that's any bad thing that could happen to a phone is because of you, the owner. So a phone can be bought at 4 million and you use it for 6 years. A car, on the other hand, we would all desire that when I buy a car, it will be as simple as owning a car. It's as simple as owning a phone. And because it's like that, that's why someone makes a statement phone. It could be moving there and alternator. The mechanic comes to replace olukuba alternator nakusaba emitwalo ng'esatu egy'olukoba nakujjako ne leba weebiri nakujjako neza boda mutwalo, and just like that, in instance you spent 60,000 that you were not ready to spend. That's one of the things that make a car expensive, that it can break down anytime from anywhere, and it does not matter how old the car is. You guys have seen reports of people that buy cars from the bond and the gearbox fails within 2 months. They buy cars from the bond and within the first year the engine blows. They have not really done anything wrong. They have serviced their car on time, they have put the right oils, but still the engine went ahead and blew. So that's how complicated car can be. You get so, but the overall thing that makes a car expensive to own, personally, I would find that the moment you buy a car, it comes with associated costs. The first cost will definitely be serviced, changing of brakes, changing of oil, you get, and the general maintenance, because we should call that old service. Because when you change bushes, you're servicing your car. When you change like cross bearings, you're literally just servicing your car. Now, it's possible that you could drive a car for 3 years as long as you service it. Now, under those circumstances, we would say your car is like a phone. It's just that the phone doesn't need any maintenance. You get, but with this one, you have to change bushes, you have to change, even when you change tires, that's service still. You get, so it's important for us to probably differentiate that. Servicing, first of all, makes the car expensive, and Ugandans don't like to service things. As a matter of fact, for us that have printers in our offices, they'll tell the printer needs to be serviced, and then you ask yourself why. We just don't like to service things. I was talking to a border guy, I think 2 days ago, and he was telling me, "Athobadoch manyinti pichi yange ina air cleaner." I had sent him to buy me air cleaners for my car, because me, I change my air cleaner every month. Buli mwezi nchusa air cleaner emoroka yange. And then he was saying, "Nigwe moroka ngoyi ebibyo bifana na mugaza bibate bifudde. I'm protecting my engine, so that's why I put a new air cleaner first." Nangamba no athoch mind ne picha ina air cleaner. That's something I did not know. Nangamba ebera wano nesi kichusanga ko kuva wena gula pichi. So now you guys know why motorcycles actually break down. The Bajaj is the mind is in an air cleaner, but apparently they do. So servicing your car makes it expensive. The other associated costs that come with your car, parking fees. Parking fees are quite high. Ntibobere eri mu kyalo osasulira emoroko kisasula 3,300 buli kiro. Je mitwalo 9 a month. One of the reasons lwachinze nasalawo nenzimba ekasanga tibwe nasooka okuzimba is because when nali mpangisa baazimba ekkubo nga sikyasula twala emboloka yange, so I had started paying for parking nga nsasula emitwalo 6 per month. 60k. Now 60k, when we just say 60k here, it seems like it's very little money, but for me at that time 60k was a lot of money. Kwa nalisula mu nyumba ya mitwalo 25. Kati you can imagine usula mu nyumba ya mitwalo 25 atosa sule mmoroka 60k. Atenza echa nyamba nalimba manyi, kati nga kyakola agamba ekiro tojja kusasulanga, kati nga ekiro sasula nga kale emisana nga webe CBO basi sasula. So that makes the car expensive. Ekirala ekimaking emoroka kuba yebbeyi gemafuta. Fuel makes a car expensive to own, because you have to fuel it every time you go somewhere. And most times when people are buying like their first car, they get too excited. I've seen like 4 people that bought Subarus when they were still renting. Ngakasada mu nyumba yo bagayaza oba bulenga yagambo why Subaru kanjiveko mfunyoka IST, Subaru kanjiveko mfunyoka Spacio. Those are many. Abomba manyi banji nga Subaru yajigula out of passion na ye ngaka expense kamulia. Augustine Blues, what could be the habits of a car? Guys, allow me park somewhere mbademu mbasibule. There's a call that is very important. It's a message one, but I cannot call this person. I cannot answer their call. So Munzikiri, it's very important. This is let me see. Habits of a car with damage or age speed sensors. Zenezo maguru. Speed sensors literally it's normally the speed meter that goes off. If it does anything other than that, then it's not just the speed sensors that have a problem. Morning, after putting fuel consumption aside, between 2008 2.4 Kawondo and 2009 Lexus, you buy the Lexus. The Lexus is more comfortable. Copyright is a legal term used to describe the rights that creators have over their literally artistic works covered by copyright, range from books. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Kazoba. I didn't know Kazoba oyo lawyer. What about what would be a fair price for a Forester 2012 to that? I don't know. I have to ask. A mechanic told me that it's my speed sensor, but I'm worried of buying a wrong spare yet. So what happened, Augustine Blues? Because the many speed sensor yo etira kuchankalanya ejjako speed meter, then ejjako speed meter negia neziba nga tezikyuka bulungi, ezimu ziganira ddala okukyuka. Let's keep moving. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, Augustine Blues. Speed sensor gear ebate chusa. But did you diagnose with the machine? Because that's another thing. Emoroka yo Augustine Blues impya. Esobola okugenda ko machine nekubulira obulwadde moroka bwekola ki. Obulwadde moroka bwerina. Good morning, Yusuf Minaj. So guys, it's a question Friday. Ask the questions. Yeah. Inesimu yobu bye yunaye katsoke tumale broadcast ya finga we nagize kulengera je na papier wano wali CID headquarters. What is the market price of a used Toyota Spacio new model? Spacio new model teyina price yankalakalira. Na yenze ne bweri nyetya sali advise mutugula Spacio kusuka milioni 2 nze nga Arthur. But people like the Spacio, so even if I advise you to not buy a Spacio beyond 20 million, you guys are going to buy it. Okay. Luli mujukira bwe nabula nengende eri. Simanyi obo ntegedde todie, but it will go between 15 UB series ya milioni 2 ge mazima n'okwambuka, depending on the condition of that car definitely. Abai tuyite mu 5 katuyite mu 5. I think NOC 5 yokaje tuyine Uganda ya mita 2. Good morning, Ben Kako. Arthur, why is Rumion overrated? Rumion is actually not overrated. In fact, now Rumion is at the normal price. Rumion used to be overrated the other wali abantu bajigwire million 4.5. Yeah. Abantu bagula Rumion million 4. All for what? Can 20 million get a Rumion? No. 20 million cannot get you a Rumion. Rumion, okula Rumion again okusanyisa bera ne million 2.5 Zimbabwe. I remember there is a time we were going to inspect for someone. Nagamba bamugambye wali Rumion ne paso set million 2.1 UBM. Engambo no. Emoroka UBM omuntu abatanna gikowa. Era bisere bisinga omuntu bosanga omuntu ng'atunda afana nze koyimiriza kali. Morning, Arthur. I want to come for inspection and buy a used car, but I haven't checked anywhere for a car. Is it okay? Normally, you go and search. But normally, we go on that very day. Netunonye muruka netuzifuna. Ronald Muchwa otutadde kali. Tuvuge one way kali. Ate leero nze nkulembedde one way. Bansooseeyo dda mu one way yange. Badde manyi ngenda wuliranga executive president. Naye era ka one way katukavugemu n'effujjo lyaffe. This is where the traffic officers are actually helpful. Tikajambwe kakwata eri nga abateeka mu one way. Danny Oken, how much is Subaru Legacy new model? I don't know because I've not inspected it. So I would be lying. I'd have to ask. Naye Subaru ezisinga ziri mu million 35, 34, 36. Subaru ezisinga awo ebbeeyi yaazo. And literally you guys think Subarus are very good cars, but one of the reasons why people are buying Subarus is because their Toyota competition are expensive. For example, people will buy the Subaru XT because the competitor there would be the Vanguard, and it's much more expensive than the XT. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So katia Subaru esigale area because it's literally a Toyota, it's reliable, and yeah. Someone is trying to use my name but starch pro na ye ajagwa manka yengumi era kati gwe starch ogenda kozesa ngumi because yo kati ate starch gwe kyogamba erinnya eyebera trademark okitegeera. If you want to have a name or logo for yourself ngati wali mulala alikozesa, you have to register a trademark. Coca-Cola is a registered trademark. No one else can use the word Coca-Cola. That's why they can use the word cola, but they cannot use the word Coca-Cola. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. So starch, then you register a trademark. Ontegeera neberangi registered. The process of registering a trademark is a little complicated and it's also expensive. Trademark ogendo ma register trademark oyizo mayina million ngemu n'ekitundu. Because for the trademark oyina n'okulanga mu Uganda Gazette. So starch oyina registering a trademark. Otherwise oyina kuba ngumi. Bwebanga toyagala bya ngumi ngoyagala bya amateeka, you have to. After last Friday I asked a question, maybe you didn't see it. I'm seeing someone but she's the same clan like my ex Banangi. Is it a red flag or I continue? Yeah. Same clan as your ex has no problem. That person is the same clan as you. Kazoba, I bought my pressure washer at 450,000. But it makes life easy. Billy Crone, Kazoba, is it a good idea to have guys remake your interior for a car, chairs and carpet? No. I do. Kazoba, BL, I don't. Emoroka mugirekemu original yayo. Bwoba yagala okola seat covers, me I recommend you buy seat covers zebambazaako obwambaza. But of course it doesn't matter what I say, you guys will continue to go, but door panels was repairing. Why would you be doing that? The first thing should be buy a car that is in good condition, na interior nungi, and nawe ojikume ngera eri in good condition. Original interiors is for me, that's what I think. But you guys, what do you think? Samuel Riga, how are you? Joseph Valikudembe. Ata, if I pay consultation, is there a specific yes, one time. There are people that have paid me consultation and he wants to ask me questions for a full year. There's a gentleman that paid consultation, and for that entire month, but consultation is consultation. Like if you went to a doctor's office and you paid consultation, that's where it ends. Like I have a friend of mine, a lawyer, Andrew. Nasoma na O level. Like he advises me legally when Banetaga drafting documents and all that. He works with me, and I pay consultation. That's where. Of course, there are times when you talk to him, it's okay, no gain. But that's after he has accepted. But buli mulundi gwade consulting omuntu buli mulundi every time. That's why when you have multiple questions, you compile them obibuzo mulundi gumu. You get? Good morning, Morad K Momo VIP. Guys, ask your questions. It's Question Friday ngenda biddamu onotana damu kunkubira nzira mo badge kizankola pre-purchase inspection bobo genda gule moroka and you want to get a good deal. Nze musajjawo, I'm your guardian angel. I come with the mechanic, and the mechanic's job is to check the mechanical condition. Your job is to say enonjagala edisi jagala. My job is to guide you and make sure the mechanics doesn't rip us off. Yeah. And so our job collectively for the love of cars is to make sure that you get the best possible car at the amount of money you have ready. So there are times when you would call me and I would advise you a moroka jireke, so calling them. That's also part of my job. Then olasobola okujja ogule moroka into inspecting emoroka zonna eziri mu katale nga sino nyine nga sokodde waka. Of course bonokoma omuntu ogwokubiri ojja kuba osasula y'akasente, half of the money you paid last time, but it makes better sense for you to keep your money than to waste it. So that's why I am there. I'm also there to make sure that the brokers don't take advantage. Brokers can't take advantage. You know what I mean? Oyo atabumulaga moroka mpya. Like try to know moroka nkadde. But what he meant by mumulaga moroka mpya, timina moroka nga nungi. Okitegeera. Because in the neronda, normally when I buy a car, I want to buy a car that with someone. If we buy a car with someone, I want to make sure that that person gets a car that would also buy. Of course, there are times I've disagreed with people, and for their own reasons. And so then my task is to make sure that this person gets a good car, of course, of the type that they want. There are cars that are better, like buying nogulanga Alex ngeyo ngeri gye twagula UAS 16. It's a good car. Zenga Arthur I would buy a Sienta ngerimu UB series nze, but oli omuntu yaba ayagala Alex, and of course the Alex retains its value better than the Sienta. Nti Sienta ogigula 16 natuko gituna 17 naye nga ate Alex mu bwa UAS wayo gye twagula tetwagigula 16 asobola nayo gitunde 16 nga agigula ku SA eyo gimuliraba. So that's the Alex. But nzenga Arthur bwe mangula moroka yange, I don't believe in kangule ekintu ekikadde olwokuba resale value yakyo bwe mba nsobola okufuna ekipya. You get it? So it's Question Friday. When I park there, ngenda soma comments zonna manyera si nyingi nye ziriyo. The Question Friday is the time we get to ask questions free of charge, because when you come to Arthur's WhatsApp number, we'll get a WhatsApp with Arthur message ejiraonega waye. If you have texted to ask about cars, deposit 50,000 on Arthur's number. That's the message that comes. It's an automatic message, so that I don't waste people's time. And of course, there are people that have texted me, and the moment they saw that prompt of pay consultation, they deleted their message. Such people mbera musanyufu nnyo because oye muntu atavaluinga amagezi go okitegeera abatavaluinga kyogenda muwanga ate ayagala amagezi. And then there are people that try to skip that. Waweereza message nalaba nga gundi emusabye sente ng'akuba essimu ng'akuhijackinga. There's someone that kamuleke ajja gamba Arthur naye nga wanyiiga nnyo. Someone kept engaging me. They kept engaging me. Eno show ya 27th ya wedde badde manyi njirese ndese ku gundi intentionally nangira oyo omuntu show ye ya waliwo share yo this October badde manyi batereddewo ka bana ako. So anyway guys, tugenda kusiibula kati. Let me park somewhere and Let me park somewhere and then we'll read the rest of the questions. Arthur, I'm in plans of getting the Alpha 2.4, but I saw you say it's not reliable. Buy the 3-liter one. Eugene, you buy the 3-liter Alphard. It will consume fuel. The engineer yegenda kubeera intact nnyo. Biribina ejja kuba mangu. Biribina ne mukawunde ekuba. Ne mu biribina wonna weeri ekuba mangu because engine ebeera nnafu ku bode eyo. Anga tulina driving mirror ekola naye kati waba waliwo reverse camera, it's even better. Kale kati kasobe ebibuuzo ebisembayo ate mbasiibule. Arthur, select for me one car from these. Visitor Adeo Primo old model. Visitor obviously. Boboji Sanze. Amina John Mary. Arthur, how much can I buy Subaru XV? Subaru XV si $1,500,000 kati. Mubondi. Of course, we sara but mubondi ayo kayana mutano. I mean, the question is spare parts for small petrol vehicles are the same part from the outer part. What? I don't know what you mean, Joshua. Professor, talk about difference between Ipsum Super and Ipsum. You super, it means ina obuntu extra obutala sama interior waba ebintu ebiri different and all that. Ebirala byonna bisigala byemu, the engine esigala yemu, gearbox esigala yemu, naye bakyusa body parts ne bakyusa mu shape ya body. Literally that's what they do. Okitegeera. Era bosanga Primo Super jagisanga bumper ekyuka muko, obutala bukyuka muko, interior yanjawulo, gear lever, emito janjawulo. So that's why they yebera higher trim of that car. Toyota Blade, I would not buy it because 2.4 liters in that small car is a very big engine. Ata tokola ntondo tuulira ebimu. Sikola ntondo. Ankoleyo ku ntondo awo. Ata, if a traffic officer gives a fine, I find another one on the same way, naye akezbo kunkuba. I find that it's a regulatory thing from within the traffic police. Ekinyizo obutachigamba. Naye the essence of a fine is that they are fining you to pay fine so that you fix your problem. Mubobuntu bobaba bankuwe fine ey'emipiira in the morning, aye olweggulo bonsanga tekyali badde kirungi ate kunkuba fine endala. But then that depends on how you talk to the second officer. So kati muyigo okwogera obulungi n'abantu baba bakubye ekipapula nga wanyiize nnyo, talk properly to the people. Naye nga asobola kikuba tolina kyoyinza mukola. Because the goal is pay fine, go repair your car. So if you haven't paid the fine, you haven't repaired the car, nga kuongera. I'm waiting for my permit, but I passed the test and my learner's permit has IOV stamps. Is it okay? No, you can't drive with the learner's permit. You can't. The only time you can drive with the learner's permit is if you are in a driving school. The learner's permit permits you to drive as a learner being instructed by an instructor. For my first car sijja kweronda, but for my dream car Benz S450 oba nagivuga nino kwe nze sikyalina moroka ya kiroto nvuga empisaawo. Michael UG, good morning. I had you comment about someone who bought a Subaru before building like it's an issue. I think when you plan properly, you can do anything. There is no standard sequence of achieving success. No, Saith Kagaba, I did not say that it's an issue. What I was trying to say is people have bought Subarus when they were renting. And once they built in, let's say in Gayaza, in Matuga, like I did, they had to sell the Subarus to buy smaller cars like IST because of fuel consumption. I wasn't saying that it's an issue for someone to buy a car before they build. It's definitely not an issue. But what I was saying is that abantu bagula Subarus because of the passion. Ngati baba zen Subaru enywamu. Kati bwamala okuzimba. Bwayingira ennyumba ye. Subaru yebeere enywa ne yesanga nti alina okugitunda asobole ofuna emmoloka eri simpler enywamu akatonotono. Subaru Legacy XV and also the prices. I think Nzenga Arthur would buy the Legacy any day. They are much more comfortable. I've sat in the XV. Apart from the exterior, I don't find it as comfortable as it looks. So for me, I would buy the Legacy any day because also it's stronger. I told you Zangazina engine EJ20. After what I was saying, when you go for consultation, meant specific timings. Asina time. Let's stick to the issue. Which take it. And you consultation. Ata njagala gula benzi. Waita wiki na damna. Nechu saka njagala gula fuso. What do you think? Stuff like that. After you want to buy a car for Mama Urban and you all car owners, be careful with the kids. Yesterday, I saw a video. Someone knocked his son. Yeah, I know. But me, I find that katfechimuche twaso okokora. If, for example, I'm coming home and my kids are home, they stay in the house. When the person that opens the gate comes to open the gate, oli asigala muki abana basigala mu nyumba tebajja ku gate. Isaac Luirika, good morning. Arthur talk Ipsa Munjimaze. What do you think causes Subaru Forester to sometimes just go off while in incline? Anti-mafuta. Bwezikira buzikizingi etambula boda muno okube kuba ago mafuta definitely kubanga Ipsam ine kizibu kya yingi ni kya tanka so gubugira ngomanya mafuta gavudewo gaino okugenda bwegira neterera mafuta definitely. Arthur, the thing you talked about of saving, this is a serious issue. Talk about, cause it's all about discipline. Save about 1.5 every month. Na ye, tesisonde kanga you don't have discipline, and that's why you get you put in like goal oriented accounts. No gamba, should not be allowed to take that money for like close to, let's say, 2 years. Sija kusina kuzija yosendezo paka ngemiaka ibidi jikoze jiweze, something like that. I know it's hard. A fine comes with a receipt and it has a period. It should be cleared. Before that period expires, you can't get another of the same. Safe. Ejuchira ikachiri yo mbazungu safe. Wano musirikale bakikuba wano nadamu na akikuba wali. Ate byonna n'obisasula. Okitegeera. Joseph Valley Kudembe, it's all about cars. Bobombuza bidada bitali bya motoka sasa consultation. The reason why I make you pay for consultation kubye motoka is because there's free information here. We even have a full day where we just talk, where I just ask questions and the answers come in. Guys, muzikize mbasibule nkubira omwami ono. Edisimu yembadde njirinda muyombya Mark Jones info travel live vlog Mugalasi Joshua Mix Farm Sereko Starch Tusime Eddie Hashim Waboyi Nelson Bridget Kakai Wakula Johnson Nampija Juliet Louis Saith Kagaba Ronald M Kasendwa VIP Mujunansi Michael Johnson Ruwinga King Daniels Wandera Joshua Dumba Collins Nampija Juliet Devo King Bruno Isingoma Joseph Bali Kudembe Harry Modern Drinks Travel Live Vlog AGR Paul Senyonga Augustine Blues Toddy Ronald Miti Tega Safaris Kazoba BL Dumba Collins Yusuf Minaj Ben Kako Emmanuel Kabale Owen Ronald Muchwa Danny Okeni Albino Olak Billy Crown Samuel Riga Joseph Farikudeme Nakumaze Morad K Momo VIP Omni Wandiambi Kakonge Eugene Chirunji John Mary Alexi Sony Billy Crown Nkumaze Wandela Joshua Nkumaze Ono Simtegede he lives in me. Yes Muroza Sibamaze Edwin Mugerwa Michael UG Nebikamba Mazeba guy. Thank you. Namwabali Mukamoli, I don't keep for granted. Thank you very much for being part of the broadcast. I'm really humbled that you take the time to come to the broadcast. Mukuru. Agura ubutu mulimo mwebintu. Kamwami Henry Isaac Luiriko yo surveyor wafe Asimwe Collins Frozen Rosens Senkindu John Arthur, I live Wachiso 2 kilometers from the main road and I work from Kampala. How much you know of automatic consume? And how many kilometers are from Wachiso to Kampala? How gatta gwemanya nti nuwa automatic egenda kuanga 10 kilometers per liter gatta mwao. The other thing you told me about that we shall get the Sienta or wish I will just save my 20M. Nafe Mukamoli. Guys, Chairman Zach, I don't take people for granted. May God bless you. I'll see you tomorrow evening, 5:15 p.m.